personal relationship, just overall, I was very, very open. And it kind of sucks because I learned that now I can understand other celebrities or other reality stars, how the relationship can fall apart, and the pressure of society, your fan base, social media's opinion.
Keeping up with what you're going on.
Yeah, but people's opinions, somewhat, as much as you say that it doesn't or it shouldn't, it can affect a relationship. So that's why you should keep your personal life to yourself. That's why it's called personal. But when you're in a reality show, you really don't have no personal nothing. So it is what it is. I'm young. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm maturing. I consider myself to be very mature for my age, but it's a learning experience, just putting out my business, like as far as my management and how things weren't done properly and having to restructure that. Took a lot of guts for me to make that public, because you always want to make sure that everybody sees you as I'm a boss, this, and I got everything under control. And sometimes you really don't,
But I feel like, with all that being said, being a boss sometimes is knowing when you don't have it under control.
Yep.
And like really kind of fixing it. And I think the biggest part is like ego. It's our ego, because it's like we build this big, we are bosses, but that sometimes we don't know it all. And that's the part of learning and like maneuvering it, because you can stay, even with a relationship, stay longer than you want to because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
But, but in return, it's not really good for your brand necessarily, because it's like, either it's making you emotionally not there, or, and because we're artists, it's like we have to give our all. Like we have to, like, it's as much as like you're on that stage, it's a presence, it's a persona.
Yeah. So I definitely expressed that side. And then even with my personal relationship, which has been a little bit tough for me, because obviously, and I'm sure it's been tough for him, it's his first time doing reality TV, and obviously getting judged, and everybody's opinions, as much as he may say that it didn't, obviously it affects you, because, you want people to see you in a different light. And it was just a lot. It was just a lot of pressure. I only but wish him the best in his career, in his music. We are currently not together, but we maintain a beautiful friendship. I wish him nothing but the best, and I will continue to help and support him in any possible way. And it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, life is not perfect. There isn't a guidebook to how to live your best life. You learn as you live.
So you say you're currently single. Are you ready to mingle?
I'm not sure about that. I am ready to continue focusing on my career, my music, and my business, and restructuring, my foundation. I think that all those things will happen in due time, but my focus is just on me right now. I'm in the best moment of my career, of my life, of my youth, and that's my priority at this moment. If it comes, my arms will be welcoming, like, yes.
I said, hey, look, I knew I was wrong. I knew I was selling drugs. I knew I was doing this, so I did the crime. I know I got to do this crime. They own it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I want people to also understand, too, is that there are some really decent women who have been incarcerated when they could have just gone into a drug program. Okay, and many of them are in there because of men.
And they didn't have the resources to, or,
Exactly. Many of them. And the other thing that really surprised me is because being African American, you always hear, or it's a reality that a lot of African Americans go through the justice system and go to prison. Well, I went to Danbury Federal Prison, and I was surprised that the majority of people were not African American. They were white. Mm-hmm. They were white women. And most of them were in there because of some crime with a man, a baby daddy or whatever, okay? And I wanted to bring focus to how women are treated so different by men when they are loyal to the men. They're ride or die, okay? They take the charge or whatever. And if that guy is around like 6 days, 5 days, 3 days, they're lucky, okay? Just the horrific things that women have to go through. There's one woman that I met. She had already done 18 years, and my first sentence was 24 months. So I'm not going to go crying about me doing 24 months to somebody who's
got a bigger bid.
Yeah, much bigger. But when I found out that it was her first offense, okay, she had a 30-year sentence. She's out now. She's in her 50s.
That's crazy.
She'll never have a baby. For a first offense, no violence, because you can't be at the camp if there was a gun involved or it's like a violent crime. That's the camp is for basically white collar crimes and stuff like that. Or if you've done maybe something that had to do with not white collar, but you go to a higher security prison, and then as your points come down, so you don't get in trouble, they come down, your security risk comes down lower and lower until you get to a camp, which is the lowest. It's like minimal security. And so just some of the stories that I heard about these women is why I wanted to write the book. I wanted to write the book for not just for myself, just to tell people, oh, I've been to prison, they wronged me, because I don't care about that. I'm still here, you know. I bounce back. I live well. I'm comfortable. But when they brought my children in, when I wouldn't go along, because they wanted me to say that my husband and the mayor and all these people that I knew that it was pay to play, which is real strange within itself. It's pay to play when my husband gets a contract, but when Dick Cheney gets a contract, or the president's family gets a contract, and I'm not talking about a specific president, I'm just talking about
General.
They get contracts with the prisons, okay, for all of the commissary, okay? One of the president's family members has a contract with one. And I'm not talking about Donald Trump, because this is before Donald Trump, so I'm not saying a specific president, because I'm just saying that's the way the system works. So I don't understand how it is that even if they thought that my husband got the contracts because he did and helped people get elected, and when elected officials give contracts to people who pay and buy into their campaigns, I don't understand the whole reason that they came after him anyway, because even if that was the reason, it's done all the time. But when they want to turn something into a crime, they can make something a crime that's not, okay? Like triple jeopardy.
I've never been penetrated in my life.
Ever.
Nah, no fingers, none of that shit. So
I feel like I should applaud you, but not. I don't know.
I'm a gold star. It's a real gold star right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real one.
I find that so fascinating, but so shocking.
Thank you.
Shocking. Private talk. Yeah. You better subscribe and like to this, because she's telling us all the gems.
I'm telling you, my fans are
so
gonna be
great
wild.
though. Like, it's so honest, but I respect that, just because, like, what I love about you and like women that are like into themselves is like you're true to yourself. You've known who you are. You don't like, there's no bullshit. If you liked it once, tried it, whatever, like, you know what's like for you. Some people are like, oh, they'll try it again multiple times, keep going back, do whatever. And so they lie to themselves. But what I love is like living in your own truth. And like, and that's what I feel like the most like genuineness is about, and what makes you become like so different in the world of so many people is what sticks out and like what stands out and why you are a star.
Yeah, when I know I don't like something, I'm cool off it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why play with my pussy when she can play with it?
I like that. On demand. Is that your pose? I like that.
But it was crazy too, is that I'm extremely asexual. Like, if I'm not in a relationship, I don't have sex. I don't care for sex. Or sometimes even if I am in a relationship, like, I can go without sex.
What's the longest you've ever gone without sex?
I just went a very long time without sex.
Can we know these numbers?
It was a long time.
Private talk, like a year, 2 years.
No.
A year.
Yeah.
It's like a bid, like, really. Like, that's a long time.
That was, you know what it was? That was, I guess I was sold on nobody touching me after my past relationship. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like it's like situational. Like, you go through, it's like trauma, or you like processing it.
Yeah,
like
I had
you said, and if you're asexual in a sense, I feel like there's certain things that you just don't get, like, it's like you don't get off to it. Yeah, like, it's just like fetishes. Like, there's certain things that I like feet. Like, I like to talk about a lot, but some people don't get off to those things, you know. So it's like different likes and interests of certain things.
I had to process a lot of shit after my past relationship, and then also reverting back to that, dealing with death. Like you might see it in a movie, somebody dying and they have sex passionately with somebody. Like, how do you even do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have categories, okay? I have my top 3 black, my top 3 white, my top 3 Brazilian, and then there's my top 5 overall.
No, top 3 of each one of those categories.
Top 3 of each one of those categories. Okay, top 3 black.
You're just being greedy over there.
It's porn. How do you not? Okay, top 3 black, Sky Black, Cherokee, and Beauty Dior. Right.
Nice choices.
Top 3 white, Kelly Divine, Alexis Texas, and Jada Stevens.
Did you only say my name second because I'm sitting here on the couch?
No. No.
Okay. Was there like a rhythm, or I mean, like a sequential order to what those really or your categories? You just off the top of your head?
No, not necessarily. I just, if you check my search history, those are the names that'll pop up the most frequently. Yes.
Okay.
Like parents have to start talking shit to their kids again. Are you young? You
Because they got afraid.
Yeah, motherfucker. You got to talk to your kids. You got to call them nicknames and all that kind of shit to get them to practice, right? So when they in school, they got quick comebacks because they prepared. You know, all this love shit and hugging kids all the fucking time.
Everyone's a winner.
Right. And
like
then you got parents not being parents. They letting their boys put nail polish on and fingernail and skirts and shit. This shit is getting the fuck out of hand because parents are not parents. They're friends to their children. And you have to be hard on your kids and teach them and send them into the universe prepared. And if you could do that, you know, you've done something special.
Yeah, I feel like in this day and age, I feel like it's really hard because there's a lot of coddling going on.
Yes,
it's like everyone is like, back in the day, like you had to make friends and go outside and play and make friends. Now you have set up play dates that you're made to be friends with someone. I feel like it's made like and that's trickling down even relationships. It made it like you don't work for it. It's like given to you. So
I just
feel
want
like
men to talk and women to talk to each other, or go outside and play. God damn, nobody go outside and play. Man, we was growing up, you see people double dutching and shit. That shit was the shit.
You a double dutch
playing football outside, and as you playing, a car come around the corner, and everybody say car, and step to the side, let the car go by, or you break your arm and you couldn't go to the hospital. And they were like, yo, we just need you for one more play. And we take you to the hospital. You dying. You done ran into a fucking 2,000-pound vehicle. Your ribs is crushed, your knees, all the way, but they need you.
Bro, like, look, I worked in a fucking gay bar. I ain't got nothing against fucking gay dudes, but I'm not gay. You know what I mean?
It's just being straight up and telling you what it is. You know,
Yeah, like,
there's
don't
terms
call
and
me
terms
no-
for
yeah.
something. It's just like you straight out say, it's
an insult. Like if you called a gay dude a pussy eater, he wouldn't be happy about that. He'd be like, shut your old pussy eating ass up. You old pussy getting ass, fucking pussy getting bitch. They'd be like, what did you say to me? Like, oh, fuck that. I get dick.
Have you
I
ever
get
used that in a
tons of
fight?
dick. Yeah, I tell gay dudes, I'm like, shut up, you old closet heterosexual ass, yearning for some titties ass, pussy eating ass motherfucker. And they be like, what? And they don't like that
They
shit
get
neither.
shaken up. They don't know what to do.
And then when a straight dude be like, there's nothing wrong with that, I be like, you know what? Then suck my dick. Suck it right now. Thought so. Shut the fuck up.
You disloyal fool ass bitch made punk.
Thank you. That's how you win the straight fellas. That's how you win an argument with somebody that wants to be woke and shit. They're like, oh, there's nothing wrong. Well, then suck my dick. I'll take it out. You can suck it. I'll say no homo first. There you go. Suck it.
Or
No,
pause in some places.
Pause. I'll say them both. Pause, no homo, pro homo, so homo. I'll say all that shit.
It does matter though, because I feel like it sets apart, like, because there's a lot of, like you said, fake profiles, and not only do they just make a fake profile, what they like want things from our fan, from money,
yes,
this or whatever, and it's like, and then it gets to the point when you meet someone in person and they're like, why did you do this to me? You took all my money. I'm like, what are you even talking about? They're like, well, Google Hangouts. I'm like, I don't even know what Google Hangouts is. No offense, but that's not me. And nor would I ever ask fans for money like that because not my thing. To each his own. But I'm sure you get the same thing. Am I not right?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
do you get people like, it's like the scamming of like Instagram. So that blue check mark is more than you think it is.
I guess you're right. You're right when it comes to that. And it's very frustrating when it comes to people trying to use your name and put dirt on it. Eventually is what it happens. All you have in this is a reputation in this industry. So,
you know, I played basketball in college, so I did 3 years in college.
Okay.
And my fourth year, I just said,
what position did you play? I played basketball myself.
I was point guard. You know, I was a beast. I'm a beast at everything. I mean, that's why my name is A1, because I'm just A1 all around. You
so
know?
if I challenged you to a game, you think that you'd beat me?
I would beat anybody.
Anybody.
Yeah,
okay.
even LeBron.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. LeBron, you hear it.
Yeah.
You heard it first on
One
the
for sure.
private podcast with Alexis Texas. you're not going to be relevant to what's now. So if you have to change with the times, and I think that was like an amazing thing, especially using someone as big as Tiana. Like it was a great thing. Like people wanted to see what she was wearing. She looked hot. She looked good. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was the color, everything. It was, yeah.
It was the right moment.
For sure.
It was the right moment for hip hop. It was the right moment for the culture. And life's about adjustment. Accepting adjustment changes to your life and your business. And you can learn to be more successful for the future. Don't get caught up on how things used to be, because no one cares. No one cares how
it's like
things
the
used to
old
be.
school like quarterback. Like I used to do like I had 5 touchdowns a game. No one cares about the what if, could have, whatever. Yeah, it's about what are you doing now.
What I love about my kind of like my career is that I have never I've never been embarrassed of what I did. I feel like a lot of people approach their past like, well, I did that and that's in the past. Like for me, it's more like, I don't talk about it in a way that, a lot of people, sometimes they say when you're going to retire or when you're going to, and I'm just like, I don't know, maybe
Never.
when like, maybe when like, when there's no demand for me or when the girls that are 20 stop looking like they're 50.
Hold on.
What is your favorite song to make love to?
Favorite song to make love to? Is at this point, Miss Texas, it's politically incorrect.
Why?
Because I just can't say it no more. Like, it's things that like, it's certain things that you just can't say.
You can't say a song that you have sex to?
You can't say you enjoy it anymore.
Why?
Because like,
what is why?
Because he's currently like going to jail for a long time. Like.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And like when he wrote the song, perhaps he wasn't talking about what I was talking about. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what he was. I didn't write the song. I wasn't at the studio. Like, all I know, he said something about like his mind telling him no, but his body started telling him yes. And I was like, I felt that shit on a deep level, but I don't know what he meant. And so like, I'm not saying I agree. Yeah, seems like it.
Tell us.
No.
Let me hear it. Get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't hold back now.
I just know he said, it seems like you're ready.
No, that's not what you said before. Say it again.
My mind's telling me no.
Yes.
But my body's telling me yeah. I don't want to hurt nobody.
Hey.
But it's something I must confess. And if I would have knew what I knew now, then I'd have stopped him dead in his fucking tracks and said, what the fuck do you want to confess, nigga? What you want to tell us? But I didn't. Because I was a child.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It was a good song, but
I just want to go on record saying this. Fuck it. Like, cause I want to go on record saying this. I do not agree or condone any of that shit. I don't know that man. I don't hang out with that man. None of that. But if you think for 2 seconds I'm gonna stop listening to that man's catalog, you are clean out your motherfucking mind and let that shit go viral. I wouldn't give a shit. I listen to. It's a lot of weird motherfuckers who, they had a good song. What you want me to do? Like,
hey, music speaks to everybody differently. You got to do what works for you.
Yeah. Damn that card.
So I have a question for you. I know, how do you feel like if you've ever dated like players and things like that, do you have to stop watching them completely? Because I feel like sometimes when I've dated certain people, I'm like, I have to stop fucking with everything you do completely because it's just not okay. So you've dated someone from the Lakers at one point. How did you feel? How did you feel? You still watch it and you're just like,
he definitely ruined the rest of the season for me. That was hard. I was like, yo, I'm never dating anybody from the Lakers again, because if you guys stop me from watching my team, like I can't have that. So
I feel you.
That's real.
No, I feel you because I've done it only one time in the music industry, and I was like, I can't even listen to anything you say. Like,
right.
Now I'm mad. Like, so now I don't.
And then they come on the radio every time you get in the car.
Yeah, and then it's every time. No, you have to. No, next. Yeah, I can't do it. So, yeah, guys out there, you ruin it for some of us. Yeah. We've had a lot of stuff going on. You said that this whole controversy thing with J-Lo, and has she reached out since you apologized openly?
No.
Do you think that she would?
I fucked that up.
Alexis.
Yes.
Yeah.
J-Lo, I feel like,
And I love J-Lo, and I'm going to love J-Lo, and I understand that I'm a fucking idiot, but I'll wear it. Like, if I do something wrong, I'm man enough to say, yo, I'll wear it, and I fucked it up. Because me and J-Lo and Benny Medina, we was all tight. And people got to understand, I made I'm Real and Ain't It Funny. Those are her 2 biggest records. That's the only 2 records I've ever made. I haven't gotten a chance to work with her. And I tell you right now, if me and J-Lo went in the studio, I can make another number 1. Because I just know what makes records for her. I feel like I know it. But I fucked it up. I was high.
You're man enough to say it, though. So, I hope that there's a chance that,
and I apologize.
She's listening to the Private Talk podcast.
She's definitely listening to Alexis.
I hope she'll listen to her. Or somebody gives this to her to hear that, I think it is.
Yeah, but she's not. She'll never trust me again. And I'm not mad at her for not. Like, you got to understand, here we are. We have a phenomenal relationship. Like, phenomenal. And she wanted me to give quotes to Elle magazine because she was on the cover. Because I do her music and made these hit records. And they asked her, and it was quoted. It was like, was the records about Puffy? And J-Lo, quote, no, they wasn't. Very next line, Irv Gotti says, that bitch is lying. Like, come on. What kind of idiot am I?
Boo.
Yeah, you got a fucked up thing. Hit the fucked up thing. Hit a button.
I think it's this one.
There you go.
One more time.
Yeah. And it's like, and I was on ecstasy and I was high when they called. I just got off the phone with a huge argument with Tommy Mottola, who removed Cadillac Ty from the radio version of the record. I was like, why the fuck you let me shoot a video with him? You just killed my artist. So me and Tommy is going at it. Like, at it. And he says some things. I threatened him, said some things. I hang the phone up. Basically, I hang the phone up like, yo, when I see you, I'm fucking you up. And I hang the phone up. Not a minute goes by and it rings. And I'm high.
And it's Elle magazine.
And it's Elle magazine. Hey, we're calling for Elle magazine. I said, what the fuck y'all want? Straight like that. The guy says, oh my God, we got a live one. He says, let's just get right to it. J-Lo said the thing. I said, what? That bitch is lying.
You didn't even let them tell you or ask you anything. You just, before they said it, you just said the bitch is lying.
Yeah. And I regret it. When I talk to people about regrets in the business, that's number 1.
What's your number 2?
When I fucked with Nas. And because Jay has been my man since 1987, I've been brothers with Jay. So even though the allure of Nas coming to Murder Inc., I was like, it's going to be like Death Row and Pac. We going to rule the world. I should have never did that. Like, I made Super Ugly. The diss record Super Ugly, I made that with Jay. And then a month later, I'm running around flirting with the idea of Nas coming to Murder Inc.
Did he ever say anything to you or y'all have a conversation about that? Yeah.
We had a huge falling out. I was dead to him. And it took years for us to repair that. And even though it's repaired, it's still like...
underlying, that's where it's...
I don't know. My brother, because, he knows me. And he was like, yo, your ambition is so hard that you even was going to try and run through me, your brother. And I was like, fuck, I didn't see it like that because I didn't see it like that. But I seen his point. And I was like, I regret it.
From that day, do you think that you moved differently with that decision? Like you didn't ever wanted to make another move like that? Or do you just think you just still went through it?
I don't think I would make the same mistakes I made with J-Lo. I will not make again for sure. The same mistake I made with Jay, I would not make again. I'm a more mature thinking guy. So I'm the best version of me.
Right now.
Yeah, because I'm super smart. Ladies, if you get with me, I would probably be faithful.
So this is kind of funny. Like I ended up my mother is Portuguese, so I was. We had done like a family trip to Portugal, and my grandfather's favorite team. They were called Benfica. It's a soccer team, and we went to go visit the stadium, and it's so weird how the universe works. I literally I was like, oh, he's cute. They had like a picture of the players. I'm like, oh, he's cute. I stood in front of the picture. I took a picture of it, and like I tweeted it or whatever, and it ended up getting back to him. slides in the DMs because it's all that, how that works. Anyway,
we'll find out private talk how that works.
You know how that goes. So he slides in the DMs. I'm like, oh, he's cute. We ended up just like hitting it off, and then boom, like I'm flying to Portugal to visit him, and boom, boom, and we dated for like 6 months, and then it was like a public thing. So that really, believe it or not, that helped the following as well. You know what I mean? Because he was so popular.
Were you for that, or did that help or kind of make your relationship more difficult because you were more in the limelight?
So it ended up making it more difficult just because, I was doing the music videos, I was doing the sexy photo shoots, and
Did the music videos come because of after those, like the following increase after the time with your boyfriend?
No, I was already doing that before it, so
okay.
I kind of slowed it down once I got with him, But people was like reaching out to him, like, "Oh, she's a whore. Look at the picture she's taking."
Of course, because people are gonna hate.
Exactly.
I know exactly how that works. We're always gonna be hated on people on things that they're envious of, and usually the jealous people they'll never say it that way, but it's always because you have an insecurity, not I.
Exactly.
We're comfortable in how you are, and that's what it should be. What works for us doesn't mean that work for you.
I'm like, this is how you met me. Like, okay, I slowed it down. You're lucky I did. And if anything, like you met me this way, But I guess it started getting to his head.
Was it because you were doing things that he felt was whatever in the music videos that was like crossing the line and in his ego, or it was just because of you working in like period?
No, like I stopped doing it. Like he ended up leaving Portugal, moving to Russia, and asked me to move to Russia with him. I literally left everything in Miami and moved to Russia with this guy because I'm like a little hopeless romantic. I'm like, okay, you're my soulmate. Let's do this. So stupid. But anyway, I ended up doing that with him, and I cut off everything. But like I said, people were reaching out to him like, this isn't a good look for your brand. You're a big soccer player. Like she was a girl from Miami. You don't want to be like attached to her. So it started getting to him. And whatever, literally, when I tell you this guy didn't even give me closure, just was kind of like, listen, like, I don't think we should do this anymore, sends me packing back to America. I'm like, what? Poor thing.
That sucks because it's one of those things, it's like, girls, you get a hype, and not because it's a hype, but, we have this fairy tale dream that's sold to you at one point in time, and we all want to believe that, and we don't want to be like, a non-love person or whatever after, even when you've been burned before. And, I'm divorced and I've been through that whole thing as well. And it's not easy, but when you like take everything and you move, it sucks because it's dependent on what they're telling you. And it's like, you're on, it's like you're on strings.
Like not every song needs to be a groundbreaking revelation of life, people. Sometimes you just want to shake your ass.
Big fat song. I love to shake my ass.
Sometimes you just want to shake your ass, be ratchet as fuck. Sometimes you just don't want to mean anything.
Private Talk likes when they shake your ass. So if you want to shake your ass for Private Talk, please don't oblige. Come on, you can do it.
I mean, hang on one second. You probably have to.
Do it.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Yeah, those cheeks. Hey. Is that how you did in the music video, though? Let's see that music video booty. Ooh. We don't have insurance here at Private Talk. We don't know if we can do
but I'm recovering from the, complications that I had, which just shut me down. The doctor's like, nothing's going on right now. Like, it took me longer to snap back after baby. And he was out here in these streets, like just on the drought. Now, I need to add this too. By the time my belly popped out and it was clear that there's another person in there, he wasn't going. He just couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's how some men are. I have friends that are like that too. It's like they feel
he was like
I can't hurt my baby,
right.
But you're like, but I need something.
But I'm not just gonna blame it on that because I know a lot of guys are like, man, you tripping. However, I will say that my doctors, I had 10 doctors because I'm older. And once you get to a certain age, you're high risk. And I have high blood pressure previous to getting pregnant. So I have 10 specialists seeing me every 2 weeks.
It's intense.
It's all of these doctors. And he's sitting there like, and they're like, oh, with the complications you had before, and reading off all of this stuff. And he was just turned off. Like, I'm not going in there, the black hole. I'm not going in there.
Is that what you call it now, the black hole?
And they're like, they're saying all of this stuff. And I'll never forget. Remember I ate Taco Bell and got sick while I was pregnant? Girl, I got so sick, I was in the emergency room. And he's like, Brooke, you just had Taco Bell. Get out of that emergency room. I'm like, I feel terrible. I think the baby's coming early. It was just Taco Bell. But I'm in there in the emergency room, girl, and he goes with me because we didn't want to disturb Marcus. We ended up getting in trouble for that. Marcus finds out where I was. He leaves the studio. He comes, and he He burst in and he's like, what's wrong with my wife? What's wrong with my wife? And then the nurse walks in, like, she's gonna be fine. And she said, let me ask you a couple of questions. She said, when's the last time you had sex? And I was like, last night. She was like, I said, it's a wrap.
So he wasn't going in the black hole anymore.
If there was any time I can like talk him into it, he was like, that's it. Like she basically just blamed.
And how many months were you?
What was that? Like
it was early.
5, 6. He was like, oh, so you in the emergency room because of me? It's just over. It's over. It's done. He didn't touch me again. So, okay, the point of that is I'm trying to give you this time span of him not getting none, right? So we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months pregnant. Then we got 2 months of me recovering. And then something else happened. I can't remember what. And it's like I had to wait even longer. And
a year and a half now we're at.
I told him to go get a girlfriend.
You told him.
I said,
now were you serious?
I was at home. It was me and my mom. I'm breastfeeding. And I said, you know what? Go get you a boo. Because I feel horrible. I don't have it on me. You know what I mean? You're a man. I get it. Like, you get a pass.
But what does that mean? Like, getting a boo to some people means getting like a girlfriend or a side piece, or to me, or like, you know, or is that just me?
Get somebody that can help around
just
here.
Just get your dick wet and like get it over with. Like, did you mean that? Is that something that did he get a pass? Is it like
all his business, huh?
Hey, it's private talk. Feel comfortable.
That's not easy for Marcus because Marcus is one of the good guys. He needs to get to know you, see what you smell like before and after the gym, or your parents still together. Good morning, beautiful. Good night. How was your day?
So does he say that to all of his girlfriends?
He has to.
Well, that's a lot, and you don't care about none of that.
We've argued about this before when I said go to Vegas and come back, and I don't want to hear nothing else. And me and his friends are laughing like, dang, how bro work, bro, you get to know her. And I'm like, see, that's different. Like,
okay, now, Jay, I see you rolling your eyes over there. Tell us the real shit, because you're the best friend. Is Brooke telling the truth over here? Like, come on.
No, she is.
I know she's telling the truth is what you're saying about that, but when you say go to Vegas, what does that really mean?
We remember we was at the park having a full argument about him.
Yeah, I think that we both agree. Run off, do a one-off, and then come back, and we never hear about it again.
See, I like that.
But it's the relationship and the masculine.
See, and I'm gonna pause that because when it's done, there's no emotions to it. Once it comes into like an emotion, that's what I'm saying. When it's a boo thing, then there's like a whole other thing. Like when
then
there's like a relationship.
Her, Alexis. Then I need to know: do you cook? Do you clean? Can you change a diaper? Like
because you're in a relationship with us now.
No, seriously. And you're gonna get in this house and I'm not cleaning up anymore. I make bread.
So you're into sister wives.
I think it takes a village.
Okay. So going like he's not lasting long, or is it because it takes you a long time to come, or they just don't know what they're doing? It takes you a long time to come. I don't think I've ever had sex with someone that didn't know what they were doing. But if they're not making you come, how do they know what they're doing?
You know, it's really hard for me. I think it's like a mind thing, though.
A mind thing.
Yeah.
So, but why?
Not everybody you have sex with, you're in love with, like, bottom line.
Okay,
right?
and that's okay.
So I think for me, it's like, it takes me a while to get there.
So do you feel like if you come, that means that you're
not like
in love?
I love you, but
like, you're like you have those
passion.
feelings.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so that's okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I feel so you're just more resistant. So it's like power of the pussy.
Yeah.
If you give them the real good, because once it gets wet, then it just they're not
on a whole nother level.
Yeah, then things.
If you can do it the first time, then we might have issues. Like I might start blowing.
Has that happened?
It has happened.
Are you like shooketh?
What? Yes.
Yeah, I'd be shooketh.
First time.
Have you ever squirted? I don't know if that's too personal, but
it's not too personal.
It's private talk.
It's private talk. I don't like it.
You don't like it.
No.
That's because you don't like. You have control.
I do have
you have control issues. It's okay. I do too.
Issues.
I don't like to,
really do.
But not with coming though. I feel like to me, if we're doing it, I'm coming because I'm not gonna do it for no reason.
Yeah,
and I feel like it's like a.
But I'm with that. I'm like, okay, I want to. But as far as squirting, I'm like, okay, hold on, chill.
But that's a form of coming.
Yeah.
You know, and
that I'm like, all right, give me a second.
Was it from having like sexual penetration or with like fingers?
Sexual, yeah.
See, mine was only with fingers, like foreplay. I've never done it with having sex, like penetrated.
And it like came out, it was like Niagara Falls. It was like, I just didn't know what was happening, but they said it was good. So I was like, yes.
Guys love
keep
that.
Going.
Guys love that.
Because they feel like they won something. It's like,
Yeah, they do. They really feel like that's an accomplishment.
Shout out there to the guys that can make them squirt. Because not every man can do that. It is really a talent. And it's actually like, hitting a really, sensitive spot out there, private talk.
Like they'll cheer you on for it.
They will definitely. They'll eat your pussy twice. So do you have like a crazy fan story? Because I'm sure you have lots of.
In what capacity? Like,
let's say
I've had lunatic fans, and I've had.
Let's do because we'll get to it later with the sexual, like sexier part of it. Let's do a lunatic story where it was just like super insane.
I had a mysterious person who was like a invisible sugar mama. Now, at the time, I'm selling. It was when I did my first platinum album, first big tour, first time like just going out in the world and just being Too Short. And
explain what an invisible sugar mama is to Private Talk listeners, because I have no clue.
My invisible sugar mama was sending me gifts.
What kind of gifts?
Like nice shit, like
Louis shoes, like nice suits.
It's not that she was sending me shit. It's that the shit, every time I checked into a hotel room, we were doing 5 shows a week and 5 different cities on a tour bus going from city to city. And I would have these really nice hotel suites, and every time I checked into my room, it would be a balloon arrangement, a card, it'd be like some gifts, something it was always something decent. And
thoughtful, invisible girlfriend.
And I never knew who it was. And long story short, it went on for a while, and finally she appeared and said, "That's me that's been doing that." She was cute.
How did she appear? Like you act like it's like, Aladdin, and you rubbed
She showed up at one of my shows. It was always related to the show. She showed up at a show backstage and said, "That's me," blah, blah, blah. So we had this little friendship. I would have to say maybe we had sex once or twice. I can't.
How do you maybe have sex? Like you
I might have fucked her. I can't really remember if I fucked her or not.
How? Were you that drunk and you didn't remember?
No, other parts of the story are such more memorable than the sex. So, long story short, I started getting the kind of stalker vibe.
Because you gave her the invisible dick.
So I started getting the stalker vibe, and I didn't want the shit anymore. And I had a friend of mine who was like, a few friends of mine, they're like, "Stupid motherfucker, she keep buying you shit. You stupid motherfucker, let her give you the shit." I'm like,
my size is.
I'm like, bro, I don't want it. So literally, I arranged it so that one of my friends and her would be in the same place and start liking each other. And it was all, we were young and shit. It was perfect timing.
How old were you?
I was probably 21, 22.
Okay.
And he's like, his game had to be simple. Like, he don't want you.
Come on over here.
Yeah, that shit worked. So it worked. And he was milking her. He loved it. And later on, I figured out what it was. It was so simple too. She was her father had something to do with the promoters.
Okay.
So he was in cahoots with the big boys who were running the tour. And they were telling her where my room number was. So that's how she got the gift slid in there before I could get there. And then on top of that, her father later on was like some kind of shady dude who was printing money, so to speak, like he was making money or something.
So did your friend stay with her? Are they happily married with 2 kids somewhere?
No. He just milked her out of a lot of gifts, and it just all trickles down to some shady fan shit. But it was fun though.
It was
a fun days.
I mean, at that time, it's like you're young. You kind of see what you get away with. You don't really know what it all really entails. Like, I mean, I would be kind of like, hey, if I'm going to follow, they're going to know exactly what my room is and give me gifts. I mean, you can only take it so far. But when it starts getting creepy and you have to forget you had sex with her, it's kind of.
I remember not liking her like that.
Yeah.
And she was beautiful and stuff. I still don't like that personality where it's just like, you're trying to buy me.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
like-
like that either. For me, I feel like that's why, in my industry it's very taboo. A lot of girls do extracurricular activities, which I'm like, to each his own. But I just feel like I have a problem with people telling me what to do. So I want to control it. I want to do it. And I work harder for it.
Give me things. I'm okay with
But
you
that's
giving
for
me things.
Yeah, giving things. But I mean, not like buying my affection.
Exactly.
Because then it's like, how do you know that when you stop buying things, that the affection is still going to be there? And most times, 9 times out of 10, it's not.
Now we getting
What's
personal.
What's your search history? If I were to take your phone right now, what thing on Pornhub would you have searched?
Well, there's definitely nothing on my phone.
All right, you've got a secret girlfriend, or kids that have look at your phone.
No, I just I don't watch it like that. But I'm not.
Because you're disciplined.
Yeah. But of course I have, and I'm not opposed to it. But I mix it up. You know what I mean? Hey.
So what is your porn? Do you like girl? Do you like big booties? You like gangbangs? You like what? Just one-on-one?
Yeah, I'm boring. Just one-on-one. Just
Hey,
straight
I'm
missionary,
boring.
you know?
I like one-on-one. There's nothing boring about that. Private talk. We all like different things. Sometimes you need an intimate connection. Sometimes you don't need a whole fucking wild circus going on. You just do what you like.
This is true.
You just do what you like.
Yeah.
So you've never
Wait, what
searched
do you like?
Alexis, Texas on your search history?
Stop. Pause. Rewind. What do you like?
Wait, your questions come later after the show.
Okay, all right.
But I'll keep that one mentally noted in my mind. My thing with porn, I'll let you know actually.
Okay.
I did it. I did
Yeah.
porn for over 10 years. So like I never watched porn before I did porn, as weird as that sound. But I was 21 when I started in the business. So for me it was like, those were my days of young, dumb, and full of cum that I was like, yes. And again, I didn't do everything in the business. I did it on my own timely, on the way I wanted to do it. But I feel like I got all those fantasies out, like all those things that people are like, oh, I dressed up as a nurse.
Yeah.
I was a doctor. I was fucked on a rock. I was fucked in a hotel. I was fucked in a bed, in a fucking car. Yeah. You name it, I've done it. So yeah, I feel like it's just
That's how
different.
I feel.
So you've been doing porn, just not
But
filming
I've never
it.
done
But you've never filmed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exhibitionist. But do you film it on your iPhone?
Oh no, there'll be no footage.
That's a lie, because you looked away. You definitely have some footage that
I
you
was
have.
saying-
You have some. Look, you swallowed real hard, don't you?
You swallowed real hard. Now look.
You swallowed hard. Now pause.
Maybe when I was younger, in my 20s, yeah, I was all for it. But now,
So you never search in your porn history, Alexis, Texas?
I'm gonna do it tonight.
Nice question. I like that. Or not question, answer. Obviously, got
Yeah.
it. I also have an OnlyFans too. You can look at that too.
Oh, yeah?
It's
Okay.
popping.
I'm
On
gonna
and
see
popping.
some good
But are you
stuff.
disciplined right now, or are you like,
Oh,
are you
right
only
now,
gonna do
hey,
100
hey,
strokes?
right now,
What's
we have
going
to
on?
go. We
may
going
not
over 100.
Like I say, a ugly female that's fine in the body. Yeah, and she freaky and nasty. Like, yeah, that's a moment. That's a thrill thing. So yeah, you gonna fuck her. You don't care what she look like.
Are you gonna eat ass though?
Nah. Hell no.
So she's only good enough to fuck.
Yeah,
or
nah.
suck.
We ain't, listen. First of all, we ain't going outside nowhere and eat nobody's ass. We don't even know you like
You've
that.
never eaten ass.
Hell no.
You
No.
lie. You've eaten ass.
Listen.
There's someone out there you've eaten ass.
Listen.
Don't lie.
When
Private talk.
these bitches get up here and lie and say I ate your ass, I'm not gonna I'm just playing. No, you know ass.
You're gonna what? Eat some ass?
No, I don't eat no ass. You understand me? But I'm just. This ain't about me. What I'm saying.
It is about you. This is your interview. This is about you.
This
It's
ain't
just
about me
private
eating.
talk.
No, I ain't. Listen. This about the bitch that's ugly with the ass is fat.
But I'm asking what your limits are with the ugly girl with the ass that's fat.
It ain't just no ugly girl. If she
Or a
fine,
pretty girl,
If she fine, I ain't just finna eat her ass because you fine, bitch.
So you don't eat ass at all. It's off the table.
Yeah, that's out the take. Get that shit out the table. Put some.
Come on.
Put some
A
pork
lot
chop.
of grown
Put a
men
pork chop
admit to
basket
it.
up here.
It's not a
Ain't nothing wrong with
so if
eating
I
ass.
told you could eat my ass, you'd say, no, Miss Texas.
Nah,
I don't want to
see,
eat your ass.
Nah,
Tell me that?
Nah,
Lies.
listen. I'm gonna say, see, look, girl, see.
I want the truth.
Exactly.
Nah, I can't
You're from
eat.
Texas.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
be
why
honest.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
Okay, let's get 100.
I can't eat your ass, but I will fuck the dog shit out of you.
That
That's what I'm
doesn't
saying.
interest me. What if I was like, only eat my ass? Sorry, sir.
Oh nah, hell nah. Look, I got my boy in the Sprinter eat that ass for days. I'm talking about a fool. Look, he's smelling right now. look at Lance got the move. You hear? I know a nigga right there gonna get you right here.
I love it how I got grade school real quick and be like, not me, but my friend over here really likes you and will eat your ass
man, he gonna
all the day. I don't even know what your friend looks like. You're soliciting my asshole. You don't even know me.
He gonna get you right.
I mean, wait, I will tell
He's
you. what
standing
you know.
right here. He gonna get you right. I'm talking about, yeah, for sure.
I
I still don't believe that you've never eaten ass.
Man,
you may
why?
not want to admit to your friends, but you've definitely eaten ass.
Nah, I ain't never ate no ass, man.
How would you not know you didn't like it if you've never
I ain't
eaten
say
ass?
I don't like. You ain't heard me say that. I just said I don't.
But you're
do
trying
that.
to attest that it's
Nah,
such an
I ain't
awful
trying
thing.
to go against it. I ain't trying to. One day I'm gonna eat some ass, and when it come, I'm gonna eat some ass. But right now, I ain't ate no ass.
I fell asleep in between legs before. It's not a good feeling.
I've had somebody fall asleep in between my legs before. I didn't like it. It was not fun for me. I was like, "Are you serious?" It was a girl and a guy, not at the same time, but I definitely. Okay. But because it's like you said, it's like you're so like high, like you want to fuck so bad, and then but you're drunk, and then
so
you're just
lit,
like,
yeah.
That's
And
probably
then
wasn't a good
sometimes
idea.
I can't even get off when I'm too lit. So it's like let's just cuddle.
So is it? So you're a cuddler.
I'm a spooner. I love the
Little spoon or big spoon?
Both. I'll
Depends
spoon
on-
you first, and then at a certain time of the hour at night, I'm turning around.
You switching?
And
we both switching.
I
You
need to
rotate
spoon-
it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
You gotta equal out your spooning.
Yeah.
I like it. So sloppy sex. Songwriters. Is there a song that you have that you wish that you wouldn't have given up?
You know what? To be honest, nah, because I've always felt like every song that goes where it goes, especially if it goes somewhere and it becomes a successful record, that's kind of where it was supposed to go. You know what I mean?
So do you get like a feeling or like that when it belongs to that person, or you just kind of like you have an idea already before you do it, or
it's weird. It's happened that way before, to where it's like I'll write a song and then listen back and go, such and such would be dope on this. And then there's other times where I'll write a song with one direction and then it winds up going somewhere completely different, i.e. Beyonce's Irreplaceable. To the left. Yeah, it's one of the biggest songs I've written to date. And I did not write it for her initially. I wrote it for myself, realized that the subject matter was not the kind of song that a man could get away with singing without completely alienating his entire female audience. Decided to give it to a female. Shopped it around to a few other females before it got to Beyonce. Beyonce finally got it and turned it into the hit that we all know and love.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I've always wondered how that.
And then Sex is So Powerful based on the person. Look what's going on in London with the girl and Prince Harry.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he should have never married her. He stuck his dick in her, lost his damn mind. Now
you think that's all because of the power of the pussy?
Because he got hooked, and everybody who's listening got one of them stories.
Yes.
A crazy baby mama or a crazy baby daddy, but because of how he was raised, he gonna stick with the bitch because it's honor. This is my wife.
Mm-hmm.
They never had no problems before, and this is an uproar in the motherfucking palace. Like we ain't never seen this shit.
For sure.
So it's her.
Mm-hmm. That's real
Nobody
shit.
want to tell the
It's real
truth.
shit for
This
them.
bitch went in there and caused
She changed everything
motherfucking
up.
confusion. Because that's nigga mentality. I don't care what nobody say. She started this bullshit. And he should have married someone that was in that line of lifestyle.
So is that your favorite body part with a girl? Is a fat ass?
My favorite body part on a woman is her pussy.
Oh, nice.
Like it doesn't matter how fat her ass is, if she got a cave pussy, like what the fuck am I
What
gonna
is
do
a
with it?
cave pussy?
'Cause that's like, you know how different you've been with many men, and they
Have
all,
I?
Yes, you have.
Oh my God, my listeners out there, I hope you know I have been with many men.
So
at one
you've seen many a penis.
I have.
Well,
But I don't know what a cave penis is.
Well,
it'd be a club penis, maybe
you know
in
a
reverse.
you know a girthy dick, right?
I do.
Well, I don't have that. I got like a medium dick. My dick is schmedium. Schmedium. I got that medium dick.
Did a
Like
girl tell you that one day, like medium dick, or you just knew?
You
Like,
know
from
how I
watching
knew?
all the porn that you watched.
I was like, "You want to do anal?" She was like, "All right." She was like,
swallowed that like a champ.
Yeah. She was like, "Yeah, sure, let's fucking go for it." I just ate her ass a bit, like the little finger in there. I was like, "You want? Let me throw this shit up in it." She was like, "All right, cool." If I had a bat, we would have had to really like. I'd have had to smoke her ass out and fucking.
So that's how you found you were a medium dick. So get back to the cave pussy. Explain to my listeners out there at Private Talk. I hope you guys are loving it already. Subscribe and like to the channel. What is cave pussy mean?
That's a big ass pussy. Like that pussy is big as hell. Like you ain't hitting no walls. Like you need angles. I remember I was fucking her for months, and on top, like I couldn't feel a fucking thing. And then And I was, but like
but
that
you
was
like that. That's your favorite kind.
what? Not feeling the fucking
You
thing.
said you liked cave pussy. Was
No,
your
I
favorite?
ain't like cave pussy. I said I got cave pussy.
Oh, okay. I had to
That's
clarify.
like-
I thought you said that was your favorite. I was
that's
like,
like getting
if
White
you're not
Castle.
hitting walls, I would have. How is that fun for you?
No. All right, look.
Like getting White Castle.
It's like I'll get it, but it's not like I'm fucking like, oh, I need that shit. I'm not Harold and Kumar, dog. Like I just like so I'm like I was, you know, you be in that cave pussy and you not hitting no walls, and my shit ain't like extra long, so I'm not hitting the. I might hit the back, but you get. I'm doing this on like you. This is a dick. I'm being a pussy. You want that shit to be hugging that shit. The ideal pussy is like the ideal pussy. I had the best pussy. This bitch, her pussy was so good, but she was a flat earther, and I was like, God
As
damn.
a flat earther, I'm learning so much stuff. I like.
She
this.
believes
Please
that the
tell
earth
me.
is flat. She's a
Oh,
fucking
those.
moron.
I thought this was like a pussy term again. I'm like, damn it.
Nah, man, I'm like, this girl's pussy is bananas. And then she was like, the earth is flat. And I was like, great. I can't fuck her anymore. She's a fucking nincompoop.
So I will be being an ambassador for Jamaica. It's a band for Carnival in Jamaica. I do Jamaica Carnival every year.
Nice. That's one thing on my bucket list I want to do.
Yeah?
Yes,
Okay,
I
well,
do.
hey, you know what? You can come with me.
I will come with you. Frenchie has to be invited too because I can't go anywhere without Frenchie in those situations. I get into.
I don't know about that.
He's my gatekeeper.
All right, he can come too.
Boy
Once
Wonder,
you've done
I have
so
a-
much out there, like it's just like I'm sure you just make beats and like do
No,
things
listen.
like all the time.
There's a record.
What does
out
your
there-
library look like? A1?
Yeah, the library crazy. But there's a record out there that's sitting somewhere in Drake's hard drive with him and Lil Wayne, produced by me and Boy Wonder, that I've never heard.
Drake, if you're listening to this, the Private Talk podcast with Alexis Texas, you better find that in your playlist.
And every time I would
we want to hear it.
Like every time I would see Drake around that time, I'd be like, yo, what's up with the record? Like, yeah, he was like, yeah, it's coming. And then after so long, I could tell he was annoyed. Like, bro, we're probably 100 records past that. Like, why are you still bringing up that record?
Well, I still have faith. We're gonna. Bring
Oh, no,
Drake.
I'm over that.
No, because this is like
This is bullshit. You play so many games in this motherfucking room.
You don't know what Red Wings are?
Nah.
All right, guys. Private Talk with Alexis Texas. Red Wings. I hope you guys know, but if you guys don't, you should subscribe and like right now. Private Talk with Alexis Texas. We're
Back
doing
to
it
The Voice.
big time.
Back to The Voice.
Marcus,
Yeah.
are you ready?
Yeah.
Red Wings are when you like go down on your girl when she's on her period and you have red wings on your face.
I have you know that I've never had red wings. And I don't plan to have red wings.
Hey, it's not for everybody.
You know?
I'm not really a fan of it, nor have I had anyone do it to me because I think that's weird.
I think it's
not my
extremely degrading.
thing, but it's something that is a thing.
That's not there.
How is that degrading? And degrading to who? Please tell me.
Degrading myself. If I was to go like do you ever like can imagine looking in the mirror with like red wings on your face?
Why look in the mirror? Just go in the shower and get over it.
I'm cool. I'm not.
Just be a man. All right, come on.
Be a man.
If your chick is like, if that's your chick and she wants you to do the thing, like, why not?
Do with blood on my face.
You know, sometimes it's a thing. People.
Nah,
like
I pass. I'm cool. and you know, it's crazy. I'm not even the guy. Like
again, I'm not condoning it. I'm not something that I've done. I'm not for like that whole.
You're not
it's
Miss
really
Texas
weird.
no more. Now you're just Alexis.
No,
Listen.
Miss Texas.
No. Because you get that up with the Red Wings.
Nope.
Um,
You said you didn't do it. I'm just enlightening you.
Yeah, but the thing is, I remember being like 15 years old. Like, what? Eat pussy? I would never. Then you get old and you eat pussy, you eat ass. You would already. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have a good time. But Red Wings is something I'm not ever gonna be into.
And that's okay. That's your own thing. But that is a thing, and it's a fetish to some people. Again, it's not something that I do,
That's
but
a
people
thing?
People do it.
Hey, yo,
There's a lot of fetishes out there that it's not for me or
let me tell
you.
something. That's Jeffrey Dahmer vibes.
Whoa. Then
Not
let's do
saying-
this. The ones you have not. If you have what is it called? A fantasy list. What is your fantasy list?
Jennifer Lawrence. I want to dog fuck Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence
If
is
you
a
hear
good
that, Jennifer Lawrence, I say dog fuck in the most respectful and nice way. But I would really dog fuck Jennifer Lawrence. Then when Megan Fox, prior to the 2 kids, Transformer Megan Fox, That's
like your wow.
What? But she looks like she has good sex. Jennifer Lawrence looks like she has good sex.
I don't know. I feel like I definitely agree with the first. I don't know about Jennifer Lawrence, but I think she's definitely great. I just don't know if she's that kinky.
Listen, Halle Berry, I had an encounter with her when I was with my then wife, Deb.
Monster Ball Pro.
She came out of this office and walked in the street. She had on some ripped light denim jeans and a white tank top with a nice shoe. And because Deb was there, it was my one, and I was like, but Halle Berry at peak,
she's fine. Yeah.
I would have fucking did some inhumane shit to her. Cause I have would you like to hear my philosophy?
I would love it.
Okay.
Let Private Talk know.
Sluts, you treat like a woman and treat nice. Nice girls, there's so many nice girls that will say, he had me doing some shit I can't believe I did. Because I just pushed them to the limit because they don't do shit. So I want to be a memorable guy in their life. That's the goal.
So you want to push them to the limit?
I push them to the limit.
You think they just
whatever they never did, I'm gonna do.
Alrighty then.
You never fucked in the car, highway, pull over, dog fuck.
So you just listen to what they haven't done and you're like, yep, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I get into women. Like, I hope women ain't taking like, they like, oh, he's a pig. I love women.
No, I don't think you do.
Like in a slut?
Yeah.
I'll treat nice.
But see, that's why I feel like it's just a word for maybe some listeners out there, people in general, is because I think that
girls
it's more derogatory than it sounds.
Like who they are.
Exactly. I don't feel offended by words like that because a word is
some
just a
may
word.
feel offended. So what can I say?
I don't know.
An advanced woman, I treat nice.
You just I used the word seasoned one time and it went really left.
Yeah, it is what it is.
All right, I want to touch a little bit more back on the whole aspect of like you saying the whole OG IG model type thing. First, again, let's shout out your IG page.
Anna_Montana.
All right, girl. So with that being said, like, is there a stigma with the whole like Instagram model, the whole like where it's become? Like, how do you deal with that? Do you have to deal with that? Do people come for you because you've like been from the beginning? Like, how do you deal with all of that stigma? Well, yeah, I mean, ever since the beginning of time, I've always wanted to do modeling. So basically, like, I'm just so thankful for social media, Instagram, especially shout out to Instagram for the rest of my life. It definitely changed my life for the better. I don't care what nobody says. But maybe I wasn't able to do like the whole runway aspect of it or like high-end fashion, but shit, I'm still a model at the end of the day. But that maybe just not your thing in your label. You know what I mean? Like everybody has, we're all different entrepreneurs in our own way, and certain things thrive on certain other, aspects, and myself included. Like everyone thinks like I'm like should be pigeonholed because I've been Alexis Texas for this so long. It's like, but there's so much more to me that the world hasn't seen and heard, and this is why Private Talk has become what it's becoming, is because I love it. This is like a whole other niche. Let's segue into this. So with your OnlyFans, stuff like that, where are you at right now with relationship wise? Do you have a girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other? Are you in an open relationship? Do they mind your OnlyFans? Are they joining or are they do they shoot with you? Like, how does that happen in your life right now?
Well, right now I am just dating. I'm not in a relationship with anybody. When I first started OnlyFans, I was in a relationship with someone who helped me film. He and I, we didn't do any kind of like sex or adult work in front of the camera. But obviously, like I was even at that point where I was like, you know what? I was in love with my partner, and I'm like, if I really want to just do this, like I have no problem filming, filming with my partner and putting it on my OnlyFans platform. It took me a while, honestly, to kind of get the hang of it, because a lot of people that follow me, they don't care about seeing me, performing. Obviously there's like a whole nother, group of people that are like, get into porn, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I would ever go into porn, but I'm not opposed to it. Yeah. Only because I feel like I do have other things that I have going on that I really am passionate about and are taking me other places. If I'm going to do porn, I'm going to do it like full blown, like full steam ahead. Like Jules Jordan, who you know, he's such a sweet guy. We've joked around like, listen, if I ever get into porn, you can film my first porn scene. I'll sell it to you. He's like, how much do you want? I'm like, $1 million. He's like, done. So that's the running joke, and he might be
a liar,
serious,
Jules Jordan. I know you are not watching this video right now. But you're a liar. He should pay you that, but he's a liar.
Well, you know, I actually had someone from Brazzers message me the other day.
Yeah, I feel like you like because like you're like I said, you're a girl that I you know, me and you are friends as you know outside of the industry and things like that. But you have so many similar friends that are in the industry. People automatically assume because you're a hot girl, you're in like the glamour like side of things. They're like they just automatically, oh, you're in porn. And it's, I don't know, for me, is that insulting, or does that make you feel like they're stigmatizing like a certain thing, or do you just kind of like roll off because it's just like,
it's honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. Like if people want to associate me with porn, to me, when I think of porn and, you know, performers, I think of the top of the top. I'm like, wow, these women not only are just badasses with these like, you know, like beautiful faces, bodies, like, you know, I mean, I've seen even like older porn where I'm just like, damn, these women are badass. Like, you know, when I think of porn and being associated with porn, it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. I think
not
for
at
you,
all.
like from what I see is why I, you know, became as friendly as we have is because you're just, the older that we become as well as like we get comfortable in our own skin, that's like why I have a lot of things going on in my life that why should I worry about if that's what you want to do, then you choose to do that and you're OnlyFans and you do whatever. And like, I just want to see someone win. I want a woman to feel embraced and embodied.
100%.
And in this day and age, just like women get so much ridicule from everybody else. Like we should be uplifting each other and not tearing each other down.
I have witnessed that it can. Yes, it can.
How does your honus get erased?
It just never.
Is it after hours? Like after so many times, like, you know, with your taxes after 7 years, you're done with that shit and you're like over it? Is honus not?
I saw that meme where it said, what do you do when you end up in a room full of people that you had sex with? Do y'all have a videotape? Because I don't know what none of y'all talking about.
That happens a lot at events because I'm in porn, or used to be in porn, and I've had sex with everyone in that room.
Oh,
so,
Lord.
it's different strokes for different folks.
Do you remember them all? Or is it like, do you have to have some type of separate encounter for you to actually?
I'm going to let you ask this question now, but after this, we're going to ask you allow me those other questions.
Okay.
But yes, so the thing is with this, is funny. Because I've been in the industry for so long, there are certain things that stand out and scenes stand out to me. But if you like, I always tell my fans, describe to me what I'm wearing and like something like that to like me to know. And then I go back to that place because it, you know, it's,
you care more about your outfit.
Not that the outfit, but it helps me, but it helps me remember to like that day because I've done over 400 probably plus scenes. 2020, and even though not having sex, you're still empowered.
30, honestly, I say like I never really had my hoe phase, so I've entered that.
So you're in hoe
right
phase.
now. I'm in hoe phase. Like I'm going.
Nia's in hoe phase. Private
full
talk.
Throttle right now. Like,
oh, she's on it.
I'm ready.
Full throttle. What's going on in full throttle? Can we have a glimpse?
You know, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm like trying to, you know, figure it out, but not go too.
I'm intrigued.
But
hey, if you need any pointers, any tips,
I'm gonna call you.
So, who are your top 5 porn stars? Because you know, I met you in the industry of sorts, you know, at a party. I don't even exactly remember how we exactly remember. Do you remember how we met?
Could be AVNs, could be.
I feel like because I know my ex-husband was friends with you, and I don't know if that introduced me because of that, but I just knew you were always in the, like, you know, the adult scene. How did you get started, like, being wrapped up in the whole adult world?
You remember those days when Snoop did the DVD thing. I forget what it was called though, but it was a few rappers and entertainers
coming into the sex, you know, business.
Remember
and
Jake
coming
Steve
and
thought he was a rapper, and he was rapping in all his videos. He started rapping and started fucking hugging. Like it was hip hop and porn. We're playing around with each other a little bit, and I was just there. I produced a couple of shitty movies. You know how when you do something that you're not supposed to do, but then you know you still lured into it.
What makes you think that was shitty? Because you like didn't know what you were doing, or you just didn't care about it, or like what makes your porn?
It was the right talent because it was like, you know, Mika Tan and Mr. Marcus. It was a real ethnic kind of vibe, and you know Wesley Pipes was in it or whatever. And we kind of I say it's real shitty because when you look back at the final product and it wasn't directed good or edited good, so shitty.
Yeah,
it wasn't. You know, like it didn't.
At least you can own it.
Well, I mean, I didn't lose any money.
I mean, that's a win.
And then I always remember that they I'm like supposed to be like the producer, and I'm on set, and it's like a lot going on, and they were like, go over there and suck Too Short's dick. And I'm like, I'm not in the movie. And then the girl pulled my dick out, and I was like, I'm like on set, and I'm like, well, I can't say no, but then I'm like, don't do it. But then
you're like, my
dick was already out, and I'm like, I'm not in the scene, stop. So I made sure they edited that shit out and destroyed it.
But you definitely got your dick sucked.
I got a still photo of a porn star with my dick in her mouth. That was from that.
Can we know that name?
I can't remember her name, but I can show her to you.
You have a really bad memory over there.
Well, I have convenient memory loss.
Oh, is that right?
My top 5 porn stars.
Private talk. We need to know all this information.
So, I'm so old. I'm so much older that I have different eras of porn stars.
So there's levels to your system?
Because I was like a little kid, like curious and like catching visions of Vanessa Del Rio, like seeing that shit like, oh my God, what is that? Like she was like a beast on a dick, you know? And to see that at a young age, it's kind of hard. Like, I was a youngster watching porn when it was Linda Lovelace, when it was what was the one? Deep Throat. Like those were movies. You sit there and watch the movie because they're acting. There's a storyline and they fuck a lot. And it was like I came up in that world. So in that sense, those are really good actors too. They were really acting in the movie. You could have took the fuck scenes out and they would have been good movies.
We're going to give it up to them too because they're real actors too. They're just the different movies, the ones that people don't watch but watch all the time.
Even like nowadays, you want to have the visual or the memory of Ron Jeremy of his later days when he was like fat Ron Jeremy. But Ron Jeremy was a slim player.
He was attractive at one time, which you kind of like wonder where did you let yourself go? You know, Uncle Ronnie is, you know.
Yeah, he was like top dog in the movies, and he was a good actor. He was like, they were good movies. So later on, I think in the 80s, and back then, I can't really throw any names because I could picture my favorites like clear as day.
You still know these, like they're embedded in your like spank bank?
But me and you'd have to sit there and play on like one of those Pornhub things all day.
Oh, like one of those, like I don't know what it's called, you know, Pornhub?
No, it's so many of them. I said one of those Pornhub things. Okay. It's like 100 of them. Pick your poison. Mine would be X videos. I don't know why.
X videos?
I don't even know if it's popular, but that's the one I do because they're all the same.
Free porn, I do not support that. Private talk, I do not. But, you know, it's okay. Different strokes for different folks.
It previews. It's not free porn. It's previews. It's just it's to
whatever
get you
have to tell yourself to lie, it destroyed my industry.
In the music industry, when you bootleg our music, you make us famous because...
Well, it's kind of different our things. But I get what you're saying.
The more bootlegging you get, the more famous you are. And you make monies off it other ways.
I guess I like that mindset. I'll rock with that.
You milk that shit for everything. You beat the fucking system. So I had that era was, you know, there was great actors and great people, you know, great sex scenes.
So you were really in the storyline. Like you didn't just like fast forward to all that stuff because most people fast forward.
But do you remember?
I never watched porn, but I just did porn.
So then
it was very different.
remember.
But I know what you're talking about.
So then later on, it was fashionable to get rid of all that talking and shit. And like you put on porn, put on fucking.
Get straight to the point.
And that shit was cool. You know, that to me was like, in my world, that would have been like the 80s, 90s, where I'm like, I don't want to see no fucking talking in a fucking movie.
They were really rough back in that era too, I feel like.
It was just walk in, pull your shit out, fuck. So then I used to like those, I think his name was like Andrew Blake. He turned it into like art models and shit.
Like the montage.
So, you know, I'm not really like, at the time, like wanting to see like bang, bang, bang. And I'm like, these bad bitches just get naked and do all kind of shit and they open their leg. Like that shit was fly to me with the beautiful model chicks and doing the artistic shit. I like that shit. So you get what I'm saying, all right? You say top 5, I got like top 55.
Can you pick one from every era?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Let's give me your top era picks.
But you know, of the ass, no matter what ethnicity you break out, you are up there with the ass. That whole little twerk thing you would do, and then classic.
I know what you're talking about.
You're gonna be a legend.
I'm gonna be a legend. You know, when you said that earlier, talking about like that whole definition, why I asked that is because people say the same thing to me, and I think that it's so kind of weird because you don't know how to take it. Like it's not an insult, but it's also like I'm alive, and I, you know, like to me, it's something that's like after. You know what I mean? So it's like it's hard to take, but I do appreciate it because again, we do bodies of work. You know, no pun intended, but you know that we put our, you know, my heart and like soul into certain things because that's my craft. That's how for me I express myself. How I thought, you know, how I like to portray myself in like that way. So big booties definitely were a big thing. So who in your ear? Let's see. Am I on that list?
Definitely. And I'm not a name dropper.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm really like into like that whole Asian thing. I'm into like the curly head thing. I like the brunette.
So you say name droppers? Is that because you like don't really care about their names?
I was literally just sitting here describing every kind of woman.
That's what I'm like.
I like the brunettes.
You're on Pornhub. Your Pornhub search thing is like,
I like them thick.
Everything. Every type of woman. I like that. Hey.
But I don't really do a lot of fantasy. I don't fantasize through porn. I kind of watch it like you probably would watch a sitcom or something.
I don't know. Like, okay, you know, I was actually on the highway.
You were masturbating on the highway? Tell us more.
Interstate 40.
I don't know where that is, but okay.
It takes you pretty much across the country.
So you were just masturbating and driving?
Like at a fucking truck stop, like in Tennessee.
No, you were driving and masturbating at the same time.
I've done that too.
How did that?
It kept me awake.
Hold on. I didn't even know this existed until right now because I didn't really think about it.
Yeah.
Do guys really do that? You drive and masturbate? Is this only on long road trips or like why do you?
I mean, that's the way to pass the time.
But
you're driving and you know shit start just moving around. You got to keep yourself awake, and so you know.
How many times have you done this?
A couple.
You learn something new every day, Private Talk. I like it. I never knew that men masturbate while driving. I've heard like
You'd
fucking.
be surprised what men do.
I mean, I'm not surprised by men do. I've been in porn for a really long time, and my fans are very vocal about all the things they do.
Okay.
But I'm never surprised. Everybody, I mean, to each his own. Man, yeah, all right. Masturbating while driving. Where do you come?
You just come. I mean, you put a fucking towel down and shit.
You're going to put a towel down while you're driving and masturbating? That's a lot of work.
You just lay it over your lap.
You came in your hand, don't lie.
And then you rub it on the towel.
You took your sock off and you just, you know.
I didn't make a fifi. Why do I know what a fifi is?
Oh, that is hilarious. I love this Private Talk. I hope you're liking it too. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe to Private Talk because you don't want to miss this shit.
Things up
Private Talk.
Because I'm not going to be able to focus.
We want to hear Neo sing from Miss Texas.
I'm going to sound bad.
Make sure that you are liking, subscribing to this YouTube channel, and you better check out that Private Talk merch because you're going to miss out. Look at this cool T-shirt. You want it? You like it?
I do like it. I like it all. I like.
What do you got?
Sorry. Me? Okay, here we go. You know what? I know what I'm going to sing. I know what I'm going to sing because it makes perfect sense with. Yep. The more I sit here, the more I like you. Okay. Now, because it's a song that makes perfect sense with this because you kind of stepping out of one lane and stepping into another one, and it takes a certain kind of independence to be able to do that. So I'm gonna sing a piece of Miss Independent. It just makes the most sense. Okay, ready? She got her own thing. That's why I love her, Miss Independent. Ooh, the way you shine, Miss Independent, yeah. Is that enough?
I love it.
That was enough? All right, cool.
Because I'm fucking Miss Independent for
she's
sure.
Fucking Miss Independent, straight up.
High five. Don't leave me hanging. Oh, there you go.